Welcome to the Level 1 Lounge, where we give our uneducated take on everything and anything gaming related. Grab your controllers and get ready because we are back. It's been a while, but we are back at it with another episode. Like I said, we would be over on my Twitch channel, which you can follow me at twitch.tv/TheIrishBanditTV. Cheap plug, I know, but hey, our podcast, I'll do what I want. Anyway, let's go around the table and introduce everybody. We are joined by Agent Maverick 86. Rider Pride 639. I'm the one, the only, second Irish Bandit. And we're joined by a very special guest friend of the show from the In My House Wrestling Podcast, Phil Spencer Jr. He goes by many different names.
Yes.
And he really, really loves Yoshi. Anyway.
Yoshi apologist. Yuck. I should log off right now. Video game podcast praising Yoshi.
I should make sure my headset.
They're gonna catch on. Like, I hear he loves Yoshi. Like, ah.
Anyway, we are back, and we've got a lot to talk about today on the podcast. So we're gonna jump right into it with our burning question of the week, which is, what have we been playing since our last podcast? So we're gonna go around and see what everybody's been playing. Agent Maverick 86, let's start with you. What have you been playing recently?
I actually have quite a big list. I finished off Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Any Resident Evil fans out there, by the way, if you haven't picked that one up, do it. It's fantastic. I would argue it's one of the best in the series. I did recently finish off Pragmata as well. You got to get the daddy simulator in there, right? And fantastic game as well. I'm not doing my reviews anymore. So like a solid 8 out of 10 though, from my perspective. I also decided to listen to Phil Spencer Jr. and try a little game out that everyone has been talking to me about, which was Hades. I finally jumped into Hades for a little while, at least anyways. It is a great game, and I am very excited to continue on my journey with that too. My other half and I've been playing a couple games with her as well. So I've been playing The Last of Us Part 1. We're into Last of Us Part 2 right now. And I've also been jumping back into Diablo 4 with the new DLC. And as of tomorrow, Saros is coming out. So I'm very excited to get into that game as well.
Very cool. I wish I would have heard most of it because my headset was unplugged. So I didn't hear.
It's all right.
I didn't hear half of that. But anyway.
Well, at least your microphone is working, so that part's good.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I didn't hear anything Phil Spencer said.
It was nothing. I was just
I
the second he said
thought
I'm
he
playing
muted
the Last of Us Part 1 and 2 again. I was like, holy, that poor backlog, man. Like,
No,
Jesus.
When I said that you loved Yoshi, I didn't hear anything.
I've been playing that one with my other half, and because she's been watching me play Resident Evil. So I mean, it's just another game for me to introduce her to, and another world for her to experience. Watch me play at least, anyways. So, yeah, I mean, it's just here and there, a couple hours a week. But I've been focusing on other games though.
Mm-hmm. All right, Phil Spencer Jr., what have you been playing recently?
Oh, going to me. When was the last time I was on this podcast? Yelling at Maverick. When was the last time I was on here?
It's been.
We don't have a statistician.
I have no idea.
Legends ZA, we definitely talked about. I believe Ryder and I talked about Legends ZA. So that was early in the year. But since then, it's been, guys, Pixel Remastered Final Fantasies. I've beaten Final Fantasies 1 through 4.
Nice.
Completed Final Fantasies 1 through 4. I mean, they're getting done. The first week of May, I'll have 5. Very, very excited. I mean, it was unfortunate I had to play Final Fantasy 2. Guys, Final Fantasy 2 is bad times. It's bad times.
Yeah, I'd say 3 was the worst of the bunch.
What a crazy take. We got Yoshi coming up to the top of the show, and you're telling me Final Fantasy 3 is the worst? Wow. and that's a diehard Final Fantasy fan. So I'm up to Final Fantasy 4 on the Pixel remasters. I finally played and completed Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Ubisoft can make video games. I don't know why they don't do it more often, because that thing was really, really great. Played and completed Absalom, which if you guys are fans of beat 'em ups and or roguelikes, I highly recommend it. Super Meat Boy 3D was finished.
How many controllers did you lose on that game?
Oh man, I would never have the patience to be able to do no death run Super Meat Boy 3D. I couldn't do it on 2D, but no, all the levels were 8+. But no, I'm not doing no death runs on that game. Vampire Crawlers is completed.
Nice,
man. Vampire Crawlers. Let me tell you,
that franchise as a whole.
They just did it again.
Yeah,
the game is incredible. Yep. You know, and it's no like Slay the Spire. Like playing Slay the Spire, my brain is definitely moving more. Like there is more to go into Slay the Spire. But man, Vampire Crawlers takes what you love about Vampire Survivors. Like, you want ease of access into this? We got you. This is a deck builder I would recommend for first-time deck builders. Like, hey, you've never played one of these? Crawlers is your one to play. It'll make you finally get it. Agent Maverick and I each picked a game for each other. I think I may have been on for this, but I played Resident Evil Village, and then Resident Evil 7 came on to Game Pass, so I finished that as well. Resident Evil 7 is a much better game than Resident Evil Village. I almost thought Capcom had it going for a second, where I'm like, oh man, you guys really brought this back. Village is the most like confusingly paced game I've played in a long time. Like that thing falls off the rails in a way where I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And then I just finished Replaced today, little cyberpunk 2D side scroller. Pretty cool. My expectations were higher. I was a little let down, but a lot, like the indie space has been big for me this year. But now I'm like most, I'm playing Diablo 4. Got a Warlock rolling, so that'll keep me busy for, I don't know, at least a week. I'm gonna say a week. I'll spend on that. I'd say a week. I mean, I'll have 2 high level, like a paladin and a warlock. I'll play the new classes, do the end game, and I'm out. Like Torment 12, get out of here. I don't think I'm running Torment 12. Like, no, but that's it for me.
Okay, Ryder, what have you been playing recently?
Well, I mean, my list has been pretty steady as well. I've also been playing Vampire Crawlers. Haven't finished it yet, but man, what a fantastic game that thing is. It's so easy just to sit down, run a level or 2, run 4 levels if you got the time, run 6 levels if you really want to dig into it. Like it's so very well paced, and yeah, now I'm at the point now where I've got a really good established pattern of how the game works, and now I'm basically, every time I complete a run, I open up the checklist. All right, what am I going to do next? All right, we're going to do this one next. Hit that level. Let's go. So Vampire Crawlers, absolutely fantastic game, and I'm going to echo exactly what Phil Spencer said. Yeah, if you're a Vampire Survivors fan, you will absolutely love Vampire Crawlers. It's everything. It's basically everything Vampire Survivors in a card game. It's perfect. The sprites are there. The music is there. All the evolutions and unions are there. Like it's so good. But aside from that, I've been playing Returnal at the suggestion of both Agent Maverick 86 and one of my coworkers, because I told them both, I was kind of thinking about getting into Sorrows, and both of them had been telling me, going, okay, before you get into Sorrows, you should probably try Returnal first. Make sure that you try to do that before you buy Sorrows. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a try. And yeah, sure enough, it's that one's a pretty good game too. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but I've been enjoying that. I went back into both Pokemon Legends ZA and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, building up dexes there, because I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Champions. And I've actually started, I've gotten used to that system now. I've actually started getting into the competitive brackets. So I'm almost at Master Ball tier, which is kind of like where you get your true ranking system at. I've still got some work to do there to try and figure out, where the holes in my team are, which is all of them. Aside from that, I recently also picked up the TMNT Splintered Fate on Switch because it was on sale for $5.
And
Good price.
Not bad. It's basically Teenage Mutant Ninja Hades is exactly what it is.
Yes.
It's Teenage
exactly,
Mutant Ninja
that's
Hades.
exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
Hades with Ninja Turtles. That's the way I see it
can go
anyway.
wrong.
So, yeah, not a bad game though. The story is a little weird.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I'm really liking the story portion of it, but it's Ninja Turtles. It's not too bad. Slay the Spire 2, I've been playing a lot of that with friends because the multiplayer aspect of that game is phenomenal. It gets really, really challenging if you do it as a 3-player as opposed to a 4-player. 4-player is a bit of a cakewalk. 3-player, you really gotta kind of plan your turns out accordingly. So that's been a lot of fun too. Just trying to think of what else I've been going on. Playing a lot of Mechabellum. I recently got back into Overwatch at the behest of a couple of friends too. So, I've kind of had to relearn.
Welcome back, man.
I know, right? I haven't played Marvel Rivals in a hot minute. So yeah.
Because Overwatch is back. It's just Overwatch. They saved it. They dropped the 2. It's just the best possible version.
Yeah. So yeah, I heard about the major updates recently, and got back into it. Yeah, it almost feels like I never left. Although having to try to get used to all the new heroes that I've never heard about is interesting, especially having a healer that's a cat on a floating panel. It's I don't know.
Oh man! Shouts out to design on Jetpack Cat. It's so good. I don't play Jetpack Cat.
Well, I mean that's the name of the character too. It's just called Jetpack Cat. Yeah,
Jetpack Cat. Yeah,
like they didn't bother with any fancy names or monikers or anything like that. No, we'll just call it Jetpack Cat and throw it in the game. Let's see what happens. Yeah, people love it.
Who are you rolling out as, Ryder? Who are you playing as?
I went back to kind of my OG characters. For DPS, I've been playing Soldier, Bastion, and Junkrat. The only healer I was ever any good with was Moira. And then for tank, I was always a hog main for tanks.
Really? Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm only running Orisa. It's the best of both worlds.
I've heard Orisa got her shield back, so I'm tempted to go back to her too.
Highly recommend.
So
you know what? I'm gonna get it on Switch too now that the performance stuff has been updated and it'll actually run good on it. I'm gonna try it out on the Switch too.
Cool.
Nice.
So anyways, yeah, so that's the extensive list of games that I've been playing over the past month or so.
Cool. As for me, what I've been playing, well, let's see. For games that I've completed, completed Chrono Trigger.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. Fantastic game.
Yeah, some would say a masterpiece.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I would say a masterpiece. Let's see. I played and completed in one day an interesting little visual novel called Return to Ash. I thought that was really good. Just a simple story, and was just really so well done. And this one's just I completed the Dead by Daylight dating sim Hooked on You. Oh my god, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was a fun game. Let's see what I'm playing right now. Still playing lots of Dead by Daylight. Do that on my Friday streams. Have a lot of fun with that. I've gotten into Control. I'm blown away by that game so far. There's been so many times I've been like, "What is going on?" With
I was wondering how long it was going to take for you to get into the Alan Wake universe.
Yeah. So,
welcome to video games, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was saying to everyone before we started recording as well. I'm like, there are times I'm just looking over my controller, going, I really want to play Control, but that's an on-stream game. But oh my god! And just there was this one boss. I think it was like the first boss you face in the game. I could not get past that MFer to save my life. I had to cheat. I had to go into the accessibilities and turn on
up, down, left, right.
Konami coded his way right out of it.
Yeah. I mean that is a hell of a universe to get into though as well.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't completed Control. So Phil Spencer Jr. did bring up that we challenged each other to play each other's games. So he played Village. I played Alan Wake 2. And then I played Alan Wake last year. So I controls on the list for me now too. So yeah, it's a very confusing and interesting world, but
Yeah, but I've
yeah,
been liking
it's
it. Like the mechanics have just been great. Like all these stuff, all these things that you're learning as you go. Like the first time I found out my character could like do force projection. It's like, oh, that's cool. And now she has telekinetic powers. She can pick stuff up and toss them at people, and a really funky gun. So, or pew pew for we're not monetized. What does it matter?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. There's been some confusing things in it, but it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. I don't get it, but
Yeah, I feel like
but
the
it's
Alan
still
Wake
it's fun.
universe. There's a lot of instances where suspension of disbelief kind of has to come into play.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then other than that,
the next Control, by the way, Phil Spencer, is that not like one of your most anticipated games of this year that's going to be
I'd
coming
imagine
out?
it is.
Man, there's certain studios where I'm just like, you have it for me day one. Like FBC Firebreak, I completed. I got every achievement in that. No one plays it. Spoiler alert: they're not supporting it anymore. No one wanted that kind of game from that studio. But yeah, absolutely. I think Control Resonance going to be like sleeper hit, like in that conversation of. Granted, you're like, if the Juggernaut does come out this year, it's pretty tough for games to topple Grand Theft Auto 6. But Control
Yeah.
Resonant is up there.
If
I'm
it comes
also
out
on the
this year.
hype train. I'm on the hype train for Grand Theft Auto 6. Like I'm buying in. I don't
Yeah,
take days off to play video games, but like Grand Theft Auto would probably be one.
I'm not going to believe that it's real until it goes gold.
Yeah.
Going like at this point, it's hilarious when people say goes gold. You're
Mhm.
like, what? Like you're not pressing anything to disk anymore. This is irrelevant. Actually, I'd say like if one piece of software that's going to do well at retail, it's probably Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
Without a
I
doubt.
see that being extremely popular at retail.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Other than that, I've also just been playing some DDLC mods and having fun with those. So, but yeah, that's what I've been playing recently. So, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of the show, and we got some news to go over because Sony's being a bit of a
Stickler.
Stick in the mud.
stickler. Yes, that's what we'll say. So I'm just looking at an article here on Kotaku, and it says over the weekend, a YouTuber modded hardware discovered a new expiration date for digital Sony games that suggested players would be locked out of their purchases without regular online checks. Confusion ensued, followed by shades of Xbox's disastrously received digital DRM plans ahead of the launch of the Xbox One. Sony's finally stepped in with an official statement on the matter. Players can continue to access and play their purchased games as usual, a spokesperson for the company told GameSpot in a new statement. A one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check-ins are required. The fear was that players would need to routinely connect to the internet in order to continue accessing their digital games. Instead, it appears that the new purchases now simply have a temporary license that needs to be authorized at some point in order to convert into a permanent license. The way we understand it currently is that there was an additional layer of DRM introduced to combat fraudulent behavior from users, Does It Play's owner Clements Istel told us. Our best guess is that this might have to do with a refund scam we've heard about. It might also be about the recently reported exploits surrounding the Star Wars Racer game. Sony's statement doesn't address that speculation about why the change was implemented, and it certainly seems like it does introduce that at least one additional layer of online checks that didn't exist before. But it's nowhere near the Trojan horse of a new era of aggressive DRM on PlayStation that some players had been worrying about. So, what do we think about this?
So to clarify, yeah, I'll just clarify real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what they're talking about is the checks is 30 days. So the way that
Mhm.
it works is you buy a digital game. So let's say you buy a digital game today. and you download it and install it and you go to play it in 30 days, it's going to ask you to check in and make sure that you and renew your license. So it's got to renew every 30 days is the way that it works. You have to connect once every 30 days to provide you with the license. And so first of all, I think it's the wrong direction to go with forcing that on players. That being said, I'm going to ask this question: didn't, like, just from a Canadian standpoint, didn't the federal government not make high-speed internet as an essential service? So that being said, most consoles in Canada are going to be connected to the internet anyways. So right. I mean, it's a crappy thing to do, but at the same time, it's also like this shouldn't necessarily be a problem. Like my PlayStation, my Xbox are physically connected in. That's always connected.
Yeah.
Most of our stuff is connected. So that being said, and it, as I said, the federal government in Canada made high-speed internet essential.
I think from what I've been kind of reading in behind the scenes, one of the things that they're looking to combat by doing this is people basically, you buy a month of PlayStation Plus, you go to the library, you download as many games as you possibly can onto your PlayStation, onto an external hard drive, you cancel the membership, you take it offline so that way you can sit there and play 500 games for $20, $21, $22, whatever the price is. Whereas, you know, if you have to connect to your PlayStation online every 30 days, those games are going to look and going, oh, okay, no, you haven't renewed your PlayStation membership. You can't play those games until you renew. So I feel like it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because you can see, like, I understand why Sony's doing it, but it's a money grab at the same time type of thing.
Yeah, it's always money grab.
So I can, like I said, it's a double-edged sword in that regard. That's kind of what I've been seeing, from at least from my particular point of view of why they're doing it.
Do yourself a favor, download a PlayStation Plus game, any game, and disconnect from the network. That's not a game that you actually own. That one already requires you to have a license or a subscription to have access to. If I download a game that's connected to PlayStation Plus and my other half goes to play that game on her profile on the system, it won't work. So that's already been in place with the subscription. This is for games that you buy. You bought a game. You have 30 days to make sure that you're connected to it. So after 30 days, if you don't get the license for, like, if you don't log in on the network, you don't get the license for it. And you don't have access to it. That's the way that this is work. The subscription games, the PlayStation Plus membership games, have nothing to do with this. It's you don't have access to that without a network connection as is.
So it's just for, like, first run game.
Right. So, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it could be, yeah, any game that you buy digitally, it's going to check for your license every 30 days. That's the way that it works. So that if you can disconnect for those 30 days, but as soon as that 30 days is up, you lose the license. You have to log back in online, renew your license. It just has to be a second. Load it up while you're connected to the internet. Then you can disconnect again.
I mean, it's not like this is like a manual check. It's telling you it's checking. This is all things that are running in behind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
No player seeing a prompt that says check your license is like the kind of way you're making it sound, Maverick. Like, it's just doing that on its own. And now it sounds like it's 14 days is what they're finding. It's not even 30. Now, obviously, the right person found a loophole with refunds. Like,
yeah.
You're trying to protect digital purchases, right? Like, it was no different in the 360 PS3 era, where they were just like, we don't want to see people trade their games back in. We need to do everything in our power to have them come with some type of online code to lock them into the multiplayer. Like, we need something to protect the purchase. Also, I think another thing too is just like, if those things are installed on a PlayStation, if that PlayStation ends up with someone else, they're just getting that game for nothing, right? The idea is they'd want you to buy that game again. It's, you know, believe it or not, it's a business. I think it's crazy that the internet all of a sudden is, I mean, doom and gloom. anywhere from like 2022. You know what? COVID till now, it's doom and gloom. So this story comes out, it's like Sony's the enemy. I'm like, tell that to the PlayStation sales. Did you go take your PlayStation back to the store? Did you sell it? Probably not. Did you get happy fingers because you wanted to be a part of the conversation? Sure you did. You're not gonna stop buying games on PlayStation. This is not a crazy thing to me. I agree with Maverick. Like, there are some places that aren't lucky enough to have that kind of network connection. Apologies to those who don't. Sucks to suck. But it's, first of all, their PR should have got ahead of it way better than they did. You know who it hurts?
Absolutely.
Tough break, Saros. What's the story going into this week? Sony bad.
Do you
It's
think
like,
that hurt
pretty
Saros' sales?
I think Saros' sales were already not going to be what people think they're going to be. Returnal didn't move the way it should have. I think that player base is just, there is a small subsect of players who want that style of game. And it's great they do, because I think awesome. Housemarque makes great games. Returnal's an incredible game. But I don't think that thing is selling off the shelves. Until like Maverick's point playing Pragmata, I'm very excited to see how many people actually bought Pragmata. Because I bet that number is going to come out significantly lower than what people think.
I heard they sold 1 million.
Yeah, I don't think that thing is getting huge numbers. Like Resident Evil 9 hit 7 million not too long ago. Pragmata ain't getting those numbers. You know why Pragmata's not going to get those numbers? Not saying it doesn't warrant it, because I'm actually championing a game that's like 8 to 10 hours long. I love that.
It took me about 15, but it's under 20.
Like, people don't like the idea that they have to spend $60 or even $70 on something that short. Shame on you, first of all. I've never based a game's price on the length of the game.
Yeah.
And solely quality. But we just don't live in that era, right? That's why more studios are just like, we got to make a 400-hour game. And I'm quietly in the back going, no, don't do it. There's too many of those.
20 hours is fine.
Studios don't have that luxury.
Pragmata sold 1 million copies in 2 days. What the numbers are now, I don't know. And just touching base on the PlayStation refund that you brought up, I gotta say Xbox has a better refund policy in that case, because as soon as you download a game on PlayStation, that's it. Refunds are off the table. You can't do it. Xbox, I think you can play up to what, 5 or 10 hours before they're like, yeah, we'll refund it to you.
I think it's 5 hours of playtime, in-game time.
I think Steam is the same way too.
I would think. So, yeah. It seems like a pretty fair standard, right? Yeah. Especially like the price things are now. That being said, like, again, going back to like sales too, I don't think Saros was ever going to be that game. Like Pragmata, like people look, it's like 1 million in 2 days. I'm like, where does that number grow? I don't think that number is going to be as big as people think.
Yeah.
It's great. It was on how many platforms, right? Like it's on Switch 2, it's on PC, it's on Xbox, which no one bought it there because come on, and PlayStation 5. So like, yeah, I mean, look at the player counts, man. How many people are playing it on SteamDB right now? That's how we judge games, man. That's how they're successful.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
It's the truth.
Call of Duty's been a dead game for how many times now this year? Because of that?
That's it, man. Dead game. Marathon's a dead game, man. Bungie's closing. It's over. The next Concord.
I thought that's Highguard.
Man, no, it's every live service game that comes out now.
Mm-hmm.
Is the next Concord.
Yeah. They start looking at SteamDB and using that as your sole basis of.
And to answer your question, 13,277 people are on Pragmata right now on Steam.
Good for them. Good for them.
That's still respectable.
Yep.
That is respectable. Absolutely. That's very respectable. I still don't think that game is selling more than 3 million copies.
Probably not.
But I do think Capcom overall is going to have a gangbuster year, though. I mean, Resident Evil 9.
They sold 7 million copies of Resident Evil 9.
And then we got Onimusha that's still going to be coming out too. Like, where's the release date for that? I mean, that was kind of ridiculous. They had that whole showcase and show off Onimusha, no release date. What the hell is this?
Man,
2026.
That's a lot of games because
it is.
Everyone is scared of the big bad.
Yeah.
If Grand Theft Auto launches, you don't want to be anywhere before or after it.
No, you don't.
It's bad news for you. Grand Theft Auto 6, spoiler alert, highest entertainment launch of all time.
Oh, no doubt
Yep.
it will be.
Actually,
Whenever that is.
I got into a conversation with Viper today about the budget for Grand Theft Auto 6. I was like, I think the budget was $1 billion, and he's
Sure.
like, that's insane. And I'm like, oh no, I was wrong. He goes, oh yeah, it couldn't have been $1 billion. Like, yeah, it's not. It's $2 billion.
Of course it is.
And they
yeah.
have $1 billion set aside for marketing. So there's $3 billion invested in this game. Like, that's so that was just kind of a funny anecdote that happened today, actually.
That doesn't shock me either.
I think they're the only studio who is able to do that.
Rockstar,
They're
yeah.
the only studio who is able to do that.
I think so, yeah.
It's crazy how long some people are taking to make video games.
Oh, I know.
And then they question, it's just like, well, like, I mean, Crimson Desert did numbers. Ain't nobody talking about Crimson Desert anymore, man. Ain't nobody talking about Crimson Desert anymore. We move on too quick to the next thing.
Yeah, which is sad to say we do. It's like gamer ADHD. The next shiny thing comes up and the last one's forgotten.
100%. Oh, absolutely. If you're wanting to be a part of the Keighley Game Awards, there's a certain window you want to ship in. Like,
yep.
Don't come out right at the beginning of the year. Like, as great as your game is, like you probably, but you don't get the luxury, especially if Grand Theft Auto is a real game. But I mean, it's a huge win for everyone industry-wise except Nintendo. Anyone who's going to have Grand Theft Auto 6 on their storefront, it is going to be a good holiday for you.
Oh yeah.
Because people will buy machines to play Grand Theft Auto. Like, you will see a boost in hardware, even with the price up.
Too.
Like, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, people are going to be playing Grand Theft Auto. But I mean, in terms of PlayStation DRM, I mean, like, doom and gloom. I mean, I like to see the shift change away from my precious Xbox and people just being like, those clowns, they're doing bad stuff too. Like, yeah, they are. Their PR actually are the clowns. That's what's to be looked at. Just get ahead of it. Yes, we do check for this.
Meanwhile, Nintendo's sitting in the corner with a cigar and a cognac going, deal with it.
Man, like it's true. Like, and for them too, is everyone's just like, they've slowed down manufacturing Switch 2s. Yeah, for sure. For sure they have. It's hard for anyone to buy anything right now. And they saw it. Like Nintendo wanting to make a tax, like we're going to sue because of these tariffs. And I'm like, even though the Switch 2 like definitely at this time outsold the Switch 1. Like, it did very well in its opening time frame. And PlayStation 2, like, again, like I said, people, you're boycotting Sony over it checking if you own this license, guys.
That you're not even going to notice.
Like, come on.
The developers have already come out and said, I can't remember which developer was, but there was somebody that came out and said, I think last year, late the year before, you buy digital, you don't own your game. So I mean,
dude, this has been every developer since digital games.
Yeah.
This isn't yours. This isn't how this works. Like, my concern would be too, it's just like, if you're looking long term, like, if this iteration of PlayStation Online and if backwards compatibility is not a part of their program, it's like just dead game, right? Like, this thing won't do anything anymore. Granted, I think when you're making the next PlayStation and the next Xbox, backwards compatibility is just a no-brainer for the generation, at least before. But I mean, you should really be looking at a history of PlayStation. Like, if you're making a new PlayStation, I'd be thinking like, our whole history needs to be involved here. I would think that's a big part of their plan.
I would argue that the next system will probably just go back to the 4. That's what I'm expecting to see. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 backwards compatibility.
I would argue with how you're maybe looking at it through disc-based. I think now Sony needs to realize that our catalog offering could be bigger, and it could be bigger with stuff we have.
Yeah, that I can agree.
Like, I mean, emulation of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 stuff on modern hardware shouldn't be difficult.
No, it shouldn't.
It is there with the premium subscription, but I still think that I feel personally their cloud service is less than stellar right now.
I mean, it's
So
becoming an afterthought. It's funny you bring up cloud. Like, we'll get into Xbox, but I mean, I think even their strategy has been like this was going to be the wave, and it's new leadership and also like a change of face from old Satya has made things different.
yeah, we'll get into that. That's the next story, I believe. But yeah, that's no, I agree with that though. It's
a bad time to be in video games. Sorry guys. Like I don't want to ever be a part of the doom and gloom, but it's probably like the worst time to be a part of video games. I feel bad for people making video games. It is extremely tough. The player base has just changed so drastically.
Yeah.
And
I did appreciate what Alana Pierce put out recently. She explained her perspective of games and what's going on now on why there's issues is because a lot of people now, like normally, 10 years ago you get off work, you go sit on the couch, you go through the PlayStation store, you go through the Xbox store, you pick up a game. Now people are going on their couch with their cell phones, they're going through TikTok, they're going through Facebook Reels. They're not spending that time on the store, they're spending their downtime watching short videos. In some cases, with the lack of attention, like the attention span's just not there for people anymore, and they're not focusing on gaming anymore. They're focusing on TikTok and TikTok Reels. So I agree with that to an extent that I feel that that's not helping the situation. I also think that the price of games I do say that the price of games are too high, but at the same time it's a double-edged sword because I do think that you can't be expecting every game to be a 9 or a 10 though either. You have to be willing to give those 6 and 7s an actual shot as well and actually look for the games that you're going to enjoy and spend the money on and support the developers that you trust. So it's a weird catch-22 in that situation. So I think I don't really enjoy the climate that's out there for gaming right now either, but I do think that that's part of the problem is the cost and our attention span.
I mean, you can speak to maybe a younger demographic of fan, but a Reel's not keeping me from playing video games.
Yeah, but you're a real gamer, bud. Like, I mean,
I don't. I think that's a bad way to put it. I think it's just a generation of people, right? Like it's our age who go to store, go to Blockbuster, go to wherever, get game. This is entertainment. There's still television. There's still CDs. There's still many things distracting you, right? There's magazines. There's always something, if it be a reel, but it just speaks to the content, right? If kids are on their phone, I bet the most successful platform is the thing in your pocket, hands down. The phone is still the most played on device. The most success for games could be on your phone. Roblox is living proof, even though like somehow they lose a ton of money every month, but they're a juggernaut. I think it's just the trends we see. It's sad maybe because the generation we're from, right? Like we're all I'm lumping us all in because we all came from that what I think is like a better time in video games is just people literally are waiting for games that end in 9 at this point. It's not just a direct jab at Resident Evil, right? Like it's a well-established franchise. You're clearly going to keep making them because they make money. But like it's sad because another guy's coming out and he's like, I made this brand new game. They're like, sorry, man. Like Grand Theft Auto 6 is a video game. New Call of Duty is a video game. It's a sure bet. Like if I go with the sequel, like the climate is only changing is because we have to just like these are the only games I look forward to. Like it's weird because I love like I don't know if you guys are Twitter people, but I love both sides, right? Like I get to see the hate of both like PlayStation sucks for this, Xbox sucks for this, and they fight each other. Like they're so like we need to bring back the console war. I'm like it never left. Like those fanboys have kept it alive and well.
Yeah, very much so.
I mean, it's the one time where it's like moving into next generation, you can switch it. You can fix this. You can dictate, like developers can dictate, hardware manufacturers can dictate. This can all change. You just have to tell the player it is. It'd sell them on it way better. Because for me, I'm just like, man, I don't want any more of the same Sony over-the-shoulder third-person game when I know you have incredible studios who can do more than just that style of game. And I get it. You're a business. You want to make money. Let's get our franchises out there. Microsoft especially, like, hey, yo, man, ain't nobody care about Halo anymore.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. It's funny they mentioned that. Yeah, like Sony should stop releasing over the shoulder third person games. Oh, by the way, here's Saros.
Yeah, but like for them too, it's just like this is what we do. This is what their player base says they want. But the highest retention of player value is on games that are not those. More people are playing NBA than they're ever going to play Saros. Like those are the games that are retaining
are going
people.
Right now.
Don't I know it, man? Tough one for my Celtics last night. But it's like there's games that are. Everyone thinks it's like this is the reason I own a PlayStation. It's like, well, your sales numbers would dictate otherwise for how many pieces of hardware out there and how much that piece of software is sold. Like maybe that isn't the mark. Like no wonder they tried to dive into live service because of retention. Like we need them on this same thing. We need them pouring money into it. They had some duds, man. They backed some wrong horses. You learn a lesson, I hope. Like to find out that Last of Us live service game was 80% done, and they're like, you're out.
Wow.
Yeah, you're like, cool. Yeah. Like we're right there. Like we can do this. Like with a franchise like that, if people don't play it and it ends up in a Concord thing, it's a bad look for Naughty Dog, right?
Yeah.
Gotta protect them.
Well, and rumors going now too that Naughty Dog's looking at reviving the Last of Us franchise and doing The Last of Us Part 3.
Travesty.
And there's rumors going around. I haven't heard anything concrete, but there's talk about them looking at doing Uncharted again as well. So I mean,
what a sad time. What a sad time.
But I mean, they still have a couple. They have that one game that's in the pipeline as well that looks good. It was Intergalactic.
Yeah, Intergalactic looked like a cutscene they showed me.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't wait to see that video game.
We're not going to see that one for a while.
No.
But I mean, that's still a Naughty Dog game as well. I do think we're finally in the era though of games that were starting to be developed post-COVID. So I think there's going to be a lot more releases that are coming out. Like, not saying that there haven't been some great games the last few years. There have been some great games, but there haven't been an overwhelming amount. This year is the first time in a long time where it's like, oh God, there's so much coming out.
And so much that could be Game of the Year worthy too.
GTA 6 comes out, Rob, it doesn't matter. It's going to be Game of the Year.
Sure, I feel that way, but even before that too, it's like I hate nothing more than it's like, oh, pretty light this year. I'm like, play smaller games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that come out, but unfortunately, it's just like nobody wants to do press on indies.
Well, okay. AAA Agent Maverick over here, right? So I'm talking about the AA and the AAA area, like a genre. I'm not talking like indies. I have been trying to get into more indies as well. I mean, talking to you, Phil Spencer Jr., you opened my eyes to a lot of games, and I appreciate that.
Play Vampire Crawlers.
You have Game Pass. You have Game Pass. Like, we'll sit there and pay the money.
To give you some freaking flowers. Just take them. Bud.
No, listen. I don't need those flowers. I'm out there. I'm playing them. I'm doing my part.
No, I'm saying that I'm
doing my part.
I'm trying to get into those games a little bit more, and I can appreciate them more than what I did. That being said, I'm talking about the AA and AAA.
But I don't feel like anyone's playing AA games either.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still referring to them as well. So now that we're in a situation where I think the games are starting to come out that people went back to the office, and these are the projects that they went back to the office to start working on. And I think that's what we're getting back into. I also think that that's part of the reason is there hasn't been any revolutionized games or games that are really worth a lot of people going and buying a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X for it. I think that's why the sales numbers haven't been that great. They're all remakes and remasters. Yes, I know I'm the worst one here for buying the remakes and the remasters. I've already pre-ordered the Black Flag remake and I'm super excited for it. But that being said, I still think that that's one of the reasons why this generation isn't overly great. The PlayStation 4, and Xbox One generation was a lot better because they did things that were a lot more innovative and brought in new IPs rather than expanding the franchises that are out there. That's why I want games like Pragmata actually do well. That's why I'm hoping I'm supporting Saros. I want these games to actually get some steam, and you can't do that unless you're spending the money and supporting them.
Exactly.
Broaden your horizons, people. There's plenty of outlets for you to be able to broaden your horizons, and if your excuse is just like looks cheap, who wants to play this indie slop? Me, I do. That's where cool game mechanics are born. That's where cool ideas are born.
Who just wants to play Vampire Survivors in a card game?
Me. It's us. We do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why don't we get on to the next subject there, Rob? I think we've beaten this dead horse.
DRM good. I said it. Tweet that, you jerks. Good for Sony.
So, moving on to our next item on the docket. Game Pass gets a price drop, but new Call of Duty games are no longer included. Xbox Game Pass is now less expensive. In response to lots of negative feedback, Microsoft has cut the price of Xbox Game Pass and announced that Call of Duty titles will no longer be included with the service at launch going forward. Lowering the price of Game Pass and removing new Call of Duty releases were two of the dynamic changes that Microsoft was reported to have been mulling. Effective immediately, so this is happening now, Game Pass Ultimate is now $23 a month, down from $30 a month, while PC Game Pass is now $14 a month, down from $16.50 a month. Existing members will see the new rates applied to their accounts starting April 22nd. But anyone who signs up today will get in for the lower price. Game Pass Essentials, $10 a month, and Game Pass Premium, $15 a month, are staying the same price going forward. These tiers do not include day one new releases. The Game Pass price... Oh,
sorry. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there, Rob. I was just going to touch base on the Canadian prices because I'm guessing you're talking about a U.S. article here. So
yeah, well, this is from GameSpot, so...
Yeah, Essential for Canada is $13.99. Premium is $17.99. Ultimate is $29.99, and PC is $13.99. Now, sorry, please keep going.
No, absolutely. The Game Pass price hike up. The Game Pass price hike up to $30 a month was announced in October of 2025, and it was heavily criticized at the time. I think we heavily criticized it on the podcast.
Yeah, we did.
New Call of Duty games will no longer be released into Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass at launch. However, Microsoft said they will come to those tiers of the service during the following holiday season, which would be about a year after they initially debut. Existing Call of Duty games already in Game Pass will stay there, Microsoft added. It also appears that Microsoft's other new releases will remain day one launches into Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass, but this is not confirmed. We have followed up with Microsoft seeking clarification. Call of Duty games being in Game Pass libraries was costing Microsoft hundreds of millions of dollars in lost sales. Apparently, though, their inclusion no doubt drove Game Pass signups too. In its own statement, Activision said Game Pass continues to be an awesome place for players to discover games, including Call of Duty. So yeah, we can leave it there. So yeah, Microsoft did something good for once. With
I'm not even gonna. You know what?
Let's go to our resident Xbox aficionado Phil Spencer for his take
It's been
on
like the funniest 2 weeks for Xbox, man. Where the internet's like perception is like, they're killing it. Look at Xbox, guys. They're doing it. They lowered the price. We didn't need Call of Duty. But we still need that Fortnite and Ubisoft Classics. That makes sense.
It's because Call of Duty's doing bad because Steam DB told me so.
That's it. Lower the price of Game Pass. We're back, baby. Did you guys see the logo's green again? Xbox is back. It's no longer Microsoft Gaming. Guys, everybody cool it. I think the best, like, yeah, I like that I'm paying less. Like Call of Duty was never like I was still paying for Ultimate at the high price. Whatever. Call of Duty sure is a bonus for some. Like there is the players out there who's like, that's the only reason I keep Game Pass. You're like, all right, buddy, just go buy your Call of Duty now. Exactly. Like you were the target audience to go buy your Call of Duty. Like you were fine to just go buy that and play it all year. Like you're okay. I think it's weird now that the interviews following with Asha, who like he had a mess to come into. So now it seems like Microsoft itself is changing its perception on what Xbox was. It's hearing that like hitting that 30% margins now is no longer going to be a thing. Now it's just like, how do we get this brand to be important again?
Right.
Okay, this is good. Like this, it's a great thing to put on the internet. Big win for Xbox. We did it, gang. Ultimate price is down. Like, woo, take the win. There's stuff where you're just like, then the internet shifts. Are like, if you want to make Xbox great, everything's got to be exclusive. And I'm going, whoa, everybody back up here. Whoa, these guys are still having a heck of a time selling game boxes. So to come back and say, we are Xbox, as if you're telling me, we're doing it, gang. We're going to be under your entertainment system. We're doing this. I don't even know if exclusives are the thing that help that now. Like in this position, I think it's full steam ahead where it's like, yeah, this thing is gonna fucking load up Steam and Epic Games, and like we are making the all-in-one box under your television. Like I think that has to be the path still. Like I don't think Fable being exclusive is gonna move the needle enough for Xbox.
Right.
I would agree with that. I mean, come on, you're the resident Xbox guy. It's one.
I'm the king of Xbox.
Yeah,
my dad is what put us in this hole, apparently.
No. Yes, I'm still going to buy PlayStation 6, but I am also going to be looking at getting Xbox the next gen.
Ryder, get that band thing up, please.
Mr. Moneybags over here.
I mean, Steam having that interface on there as well makes it way more appealing as well. They've already announced it, as you said. They've already announced Fable going onto PlayStation as well, day one. Even though it doesn't look like Fable's coming out this year. I mean, it's a smart move considering they don't want to get anything near GTA 6. We've discussed that.
But that tweet said it's coming out in fall, man. Reports were it was getting pushed, and Fable itself said no. Fall 2026.
Wow. Okay.
It's a video. Listen, man, that's another case of like, who's on your PR team? If I'm over there, I'm like, listen, man, we are shipping Gears this year, and we are going to get Halo out. Forza is going to ship in May. You're having a great anniversary year for Xbox. If Fable doesn't make that cut, I don't know people who are like, they blew it. Xbox failed again. They were soaring so high, and no Fable just crashed them into the ground.
No, Fable was for Icarus.
I think that would have been a good move to delay it and not interfere with GTA 6. But I mean, if it's still coming out this year, great. I'll still play it. I'm excited for it. But I do think that there has to be an option to have some exclusives at least timed so that they have the opportunity to sell more systems and have a reason for I'm saying for under those circumstances to have a push for some people to take a look at getting the system. Release it, do the exclusives later. I mean, onto PlayStation. You've already announced Halo on PlayStation. You've already announced Gears on PlayStation. You've already announced Fable on PlayStation. There's no backpedaling that at all. But they are looking at it to say, hey, like, what can we make that's exclusive to sell more systems. And I do think that that's not a terrible move to reconsider and maybe take a step back. Sony's doing it, and it makes sense that Sony's doing it because, oh, well, we don't want our games on Steam because if they goes to Steam, that means people on Xbox can play our games. It's a stupid way of thinking. They're going to be selling way less games, but that's still, they want to make sure that they're being able to sell consoles. And that's the whole reason for it, right? So it's the same thing. Fans are pushing Microsoft to have a reason for other players to go and buy a Xbox console. That's what it's about.
It's not a fan's job to sell the console. The fans should
Sure.
shut up. Everybody should shut up. Go play some video games. There's a problem.
I agree with
Spend
that.
too much time on Twitter, yakking away. I'm over here gaming, laughing at comment sections. I can do two things at once. Shame on Alana Pierce. I can have Twitter open in my hand and still crushing video games. I'm an adult. But no, I think it's you bringing that up now kind of like defeats many episodes of this podcast where you're like exclusives bad. You can't have it. You can't like I'm not in the flip flop camp of at all. I think like this is the path ahead. Ain't no way tomorrow they're gonna go. We need to reel back and be like Call of Duty's a year exclusive on Xbox. Nope.
I'm saying exclusive. Like my stance has always been that third parties shouldn't have exclusives on one console. For an example, Square Enix having Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth and Part 3 as an exclusive on a PlayStation console, I think is a really bad business decision. But you're talking about first-party developers. I was saying those. I've always had the stance of first-party developers. Sure, release it on PC, sure, at some point, but I'm okay with it being an exclusive as well. I've said exclusives need to die. I have said that multiple times, but I was always referring to the third-party developers.
I mean, I think coming into Xbox, like you have, especially about Xbox, especially when you acquire something like Activision Blizzard, right?
That's like little bit of a different.
It's not different. That is a Microsoft game studio. That is Xbox Studios now. They own Activision Blizzard. That is an Xbox studio.
Activision is too involved in the third-party space. That's the reason why I say it's a little different.
Wipe that out. It is Xbox Studios who owns that. Xbox, the hardware manufacturer. They own that. If you wanted to flex, your day was the second you bought them. That would have been your day to win
Warcraft
that way.
4 coming to Xbox only.
That's it. That's how you do it. You want to sell Xboxes? That day you should have locked it up. You're right. We're not sharing Call of Duty. We're keeping it. If you want to play Call of Duty, you need to own an Xbox. They should have, but they realized what they were doing too. Like, man, like we
Call
do have
of Duty is what the second or first best-selling game on the PlayStation console. It's way too much money sitting on the table. Like it'd be crazy.
The second and fourth, don't leave money on the table. That's $69 billion you just spent. Like, go ahead and get some return on investment. Now you're looking at the next generation because, like, I'm expecting June they're dropping price on both S and X. They're just going to eat it. Like, they're just going to say this is the affordable option to play Grand Theft Auto on. Come the fall.
That would be a hell of a move.
I think they're literally going to say like we have boxes that are still out there that clearly no one's buying. We don't have to manufacture any more of these. Let's just eat it. If you want to get your ecosystem back, give them the option to play the biggest game.
Well, especially considering the price jumps on both Switch and PlayStation. Both of those went up.
Yeah, Series went up before them, and everyone was like, no one was buying these. Now they're especially not buying them, but everyone had to follow suit. Like, it's just the climate we're in.
Yeah.
But I think for them, take that power back. I would expect June. Yeah, drop that price.
Yeah, well, that being said, like the news article I had written up for you guys for last week was the Sony, or 2 weeks ago was the Sony price increase, $150. Like the PlayStation 5 Pro, I think, is listed at $1,049 right now in Canada.
Yeah. sucks that we're in this kind of thing. Like you look at Valve, I think it's awesome that the Valve, like the Steam controllers are going out. I love it. And they're just like, so the Steam controllers are going out, and they're like, yeah, those don't have RAM.
That's a whole other conversation. Because
when Valve is just flat out saying, they're like, those controllers don't have RAM in it, we could sell those. And I'm like, yeah, you can. Good for you guys. And Valve is just waiting. They're just refusing to put a thing that's overpriced onto the market. Like they've quite literally just like, we're going to wait until things are good for you guys to be able to afford a Steam box. And I think that's incredible of a company to do.
Isn't Steam always been focused on gamers like that, though? I mean, that's always been their business model.
I mean, Ryder gave a little bit of his eyes kind of went up. You're not bowing down at the altar of Gabe.
No. I mean, I'll give him his props for for a few things that he's done, but no, I'm not going to be kissing no Newell feet anytime soon.
Yeah, my guy. Here we go. But I mean, the internet would have you believe
shaped like Half-Life.
Yeah, I think the internet would have you believe that Steam is the place where they care most about the players. But listen, it's very rare that you get a doom and gloom story about Steam.
True.
Like players seem to be able to buy their games there and live in this PC harmony, making fun of all of us console players all the time.
Like,
that's it. Like there's something dedicated about that fan base, but I mean, PlayStation can still sell, what is it, like 80 million PlayStation 5s?
Yeah,
it's 80 million PlayStation 5s. It's a pretty successful run. I'm not going to talk about the Xbox numbers. They don't even release them.
But every now and then you go on Steam, you get free games. Then you go over to Epic. You go to the Epic store, you get free games.
It's because everything was an Xbox, right, Phil?
Man, you know what?
Everything still is an Xbox, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I still look at
that marketing's dead.
This is an Xbox.
No, but listen, man, there's another thing too. If you get rolling back where you're just initially when that's rolling out, you'd say you like it. Is right. I won't have people flip flop. I think that could have worked, but then your option is like we're a third party developer. Like if that was the momentum, like then you're just a third party developer making games for everywhere. Like now you're going back on all of this stuff that you did to be like, but what if we just made Halo Come Home? And it's just on Xbox. Like, not enough. That is not enough to move the needle. Like, I don't think there's a franchise there outside of Call of Duty, I'd say, that is going to win those players back. Like, I think you still move full ahead. You're like, consumer choice. That's where they're going to have the edge on PlayStation going in. If it's true that you can have Steam on it, like, they don't directly say, they've just said your PC games, right? So if Steam and Epic or all these other storefronts are available on there, that's your one fighting difference. Because it sure as heck ain't going to be just the software you're offering at this point. And I love Xbox games, I do, but it's just not enough. It hasn't been.
And I mean, in that case, if Xbox does that, if Sony really wants to compete, they need, the way they're going to look at competing is they got to release the games. They got to get more actual games out that people want to play, that are exclusive onto their system, and give people a reason to buy.
That's all they've ever done.
At this point, it's talking to people. It's going to be, like my whole thing is I've had people walk up and be like, "Hey, what console should I get?" My answer has never been, "Well, this one's better. This one's better." It's always, what games are you going to play? Do you want to play Uncharted? Do you want to play, or do you want to take a look at playing Halo? Do you want to play Gears of War?
Do you just tell them to buy a PlayStation at this point?
No,
because you just said you Halo and Gears. You're like, don't worry, man. PlayStation's got you covered. You can play every Xbox franchise you want.
I'm saying that was always a talking point at one point in time that I had with people. Is it was never about this system's better, this system's better. For me, I leaned to PlayStation because of God of War and Uncharted, games like that. But I'm not saying that Xbox didn't have games that I wasn't interested in. I picked an Xbox up because I wanted to play those other games. I wanted access to Game Pass. and it was a lot cheaper option than getting a PC, and that was the reason why I picked it up. I don't regret that decision either. I play on my PlayStation a lot more, but I still enjoy playing on my Xbox. That being said, if Sony wants to be able to compete, they need the games. Period.
Okay.
And that's the stance I'm going to put
I'm just fired up because that has been their only stance. That is the Sony motto. They're so much leaning into that camp where they're like, we're just not even going to give them to PC anymore. They've been saying the only reason you're coming here is because we've got Spider-Man. Naughty Dog makes games for us. That's why you've been going to PlayStation, apparently. There was a time where you jumped because of like your friends list. Those are no longer a factor in what consoles can do.
Right.
But you don't have any friends. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Let's be careful.
That was a terrible call.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, if you guys are going to do a short, use that. But
oh
the
God,
shift
you're
is
going to do it now.
Do you guys think
Ryder's
now?
the editor, so
Because like Ryder, mostly a PC player, I'm gonna say. Like,
yeah,
that's a fair statement to say you mostly play PC games.
Correct. Yeah.
Or like your desired platform would be the PC.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a more accurate statement.
Yeah. You would.
I know. I always thought of him more as a PS5 player.
It's probably 60-40.
Yeah, I'd say like there's a lot of PS stuff that I'm playing on PS5 right now. But yeah, I'd still say my primary platform of choice is PC.
Like I think of the four of us, I'm solely the PC player.
Yeah, that's it. To the bone. One thing we should never, like for us console players, Maverick, we get hosed the second we pay for online to play games online. Do you know you're still paying to play games online?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious to me.
Too.
Yeah, like PC is just, here you guys go. We sold the game. Have fun with your friends online.
Yeah.
That same Call of Duty everyone's buying, they're like, yeah, we just hopped right on. I was just like, oh man, better make sure my subscription is all lined up so I can play Call of Duty online.
But
there's another factor
and buy
too.
the game on top of that too.
I mean, at least there's a catalog that's included with the subscription now. That's what I'm going to say. Makes me feel a little bit better. Give me that.
That's another big talking point I hope comes up for both companies in the next generation of hardware. That's done. That's done. That's a hilarious thing to be like, getting this subscription is going to give you access to play online multiplayer. Take that right off any marketing. It's like, yeah, you plug it into the internet, you're playing. That's it. We're right there with PC now in that front.
People would still pay for the catalog. And
then you're just selling a catalog and you can knock that price down.
Yeah.
Which you should be doing.
Yeah.
It's the rumor of like going back to this Game Pass drop down because it's got way off. Maverick just gets me fired up. It's getting to a point where there's that rumor now of it's like you build your own tier. There won't be the bundles for you, which I think is ridiculous from a business standpoint, but pick your package, which would include, I do want Call of Duty in my package as well. Like I do want access to that. And we'll pay set amount of price. Build it like your own cable package. Like a part of me is like, okay, like that is smart for some players because there is a lot that they're probably not using, right? Like if I can uncheck the Fortnite stuff because I don't play Fortnite.
Right.
Like the V-Bucks means nothing. If I could like send those to my nephew and be like, take all my free V-Bucks I got, you'll use them, but you can't. I'd uncheck that too. Any perk from Riot games as well, gone. I'm not playing any Riot games. But I'm like, I do want all the day one games. I do want these perks. And especially that their focus is like, you're hearing more and more of their backwards compatibility plan. That's what I'm more interested in. Like what from original Xbox and Xbox 360 is going to move over? What third parties are going to be on board too to be like, yeah, you know what? Good idea. Like you guys want to bring these games to life again? Let's go. If that stuff had like more access and was on Game Pass more, there's like, I find it weird that like stuff like Blue Dragon or Lost Odyssey, stuff that is like trapped there, just like, why isn't that in Game Pass? You guys are the publishers on it. People should be able to play it. Like, that's how you build out your library more. Sony has a hilariously large back catalog of games. And they're just like, we'll give you one every 3 months. You're like, you just give us a lot. Like, you guys have all of these. Don't worry about remastering them. You can just say, here's the history. Nintendo is the only place I know where they can drip feed you games and it works.
Yep.
Like, guess what they added to the Super Nintendo Classics? You're like, I will look at that. I will look at Nintendo's rich history.
Yeah. I mean, but they kind of do that on purpose too. It gives you a reason to go back into the software and look again.
Yeah, it's something about, like, again, the scars are out. They're laughing at us. Nintendo knows, but they're also the same company who's like, you want to give me $30 for Leaf Green and Fire Red? Like, I didn't, but I know a lot of people who did.
And you know what? I did. I will be shelling out. I will be shelling out.
I didn't pay $60 for both. No,
who would do that? That's what I'm saying.
I will be shelling out money though too for Yoshi.
You're a clown. You're a clown. Oh.
I think on that note,
you're gonna end on Yoshi. Start and end on Yoshi. The whole history of Yoshi could have been different if you just didn't call it Super Mario World 2. Yoshi's Island.
That's the main sticking point right there.
That's it. You just say it's like Yoshi's Island. You'd be like, okay, Yoshi got a game. To call that Super Mario World 2, travesty. Yoshi.
All right, yeah, let's end it there because that's hilarious.
Well, let's put down the controllers and turn the power off. And this was a lively discussion this week. I'm glad we're back. So let's go around the table and let's see where we can find everyone. Ryder Pride, where can we find you?
Well, I've been on hiatus for a little bit from streaming, but I'm hoping to be back this coming Sunday with Sorrow's coverage. I know it's coming out tomorrow, but I won't have a chance to play it until the end of the week or into the weekend. So yeah, you'll be able to find me streaming it live over on Twitch at twitch.tv/RiderPride639. I hopefully will have some more YouTube coverage and things like that. I recently did a unboxing of a mystery box from Medkit Mystery Boxes. You can find me over on YouTube as well at RiderPride639. That's pretty much the two spots where you're going to be able to find me the most often.
Awesome. And let's go, Phil Spencer Jr. Where can we find you?
You can find me at the In My House Pro Wrestling Podcast on every major place you get podcasts. YouTube does the best numbers somehow. It's wild to me.
There you go.
Check it out there. If you like pro wrestling, it's a good time.
And Agent Maverick 86, where can we find you?
Well, I have made the decision here recently to shut down my Facebook page, so that is no longer a thing. So no more movies and game reviews and news. Figured we cover enough here on our podcast, so you can find me right here. I will be getting into some more streaming, hopefully in the near future. There's a few things that are going on with me that I'm just busy with life, so I'm not going to be doing a whole lot really right now, but hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to find some time to maybe start doing something a little bit more regularly. But other than that, you're just going to be able to find me right here on the Level 1 podcast from this point on.
Cool. And like I said earlier, you can find me over on twitch.tv/TheIrishBanditTV. You can also follow me or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at The Irish Bandit YT. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the major socials. And you can also pick up copies of my novel Shade Falling on Amazon and my storybook Mochi's Christmas on Amazon as well. You can get these through either Kindle e-reader or on paperback. So,
sorry. You can still find me on YouTube. I am trying to do a booktube as well. Since you see behind me, I've become a bit of an avid reader, so I've been
those are
talk
books?
about some of the books that I have been reading. There are some puzzles behind me too. So this side here is puzzles, but this side is all books. These are all books. So I have been starting that up. So yeah, I try to get a couple videos out a month.
Cool. All right, so I think we'll call it here for the week. So for Agent Maverick 86, Rider Pride 639, and Phil Spencer Jr., I'm the one, the only, the second Irish Bandit, and we will see you again on the next level. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys. Go Habs.
Yoshi.